Today's my birthday and I'd like to celebrate with you by making silly hats on a page. I'm gonna start this party hat celebration by just drawing some triangles. I guess triangles with a rounded bottom. That's what I'm going for. Try and make different shapes and put a few on the page. Not caring too much about perfection or even at all. Just putting some random triangles on the page. I remember when I was younger, my dad saying that he has to do the math on how old he is. Meaning he has to think about, well, he knows the year that he was born and then he has to do the math on that. And I remember as a kid just being like, that's ridiculous. Everyone knows how old they are. I just thought it was the funniest thing. And then at some point in my 30s, the same thing happened to me. When someone asks me now how old I am, I have to think about it. I have to be like, okay, I was born in 1981 and it's 2024. So that means I'm 43. Oh dear. The things you don't know until you get there, right? And so here I am at 43, doing a little kid craft and just loving it. This first hat, I felt like I really wanted to do some little polka dots. You could do the same, or maybe you're having an inkling towards a different kind of hat. Also, I'm using scrap pieces of paper. I have this gold paper left over from another project that I did. And so I wanted to use it up. But you could use paints or markers or anything else you like to make these little hats. I rarely have rules because they're such a bummer to me. Just as long as you're creating something, I'm happy. I'm a happy camper. Just as long as you're creating something, anything, and you're letting your imagination run wild, you're doing it right in my mind. And then I've got this little gold string, again, from another project that I actually think that I bought this thinking I could knit it into something, which was a really big mistake. That's not true. It's very easy to break, as you can see. So I'm just going to bunch this up into a ball and create a little tassel, a little 3D tassel, because I think that's a fun idea. You could do this, something like this, I think, with a little bit of wool or maybe even some tissue paper or something along those lines. See if that ball works. There. A little bit wild. Thinking in my mind I want to do stars, but I don't trust myself to just cut out stars. But okay, let's just try. Let's see what I can do with just a free-form star. Kind of got lost in making those stars, to be honest. Such a good feeling. I literally was like, oh, I stopped talking. I'm just lost in these stars. So I just went with it. I was able to actually cut most of them freehand. Well, I guess half of them freehand. When it got to the small ones, I didn't really think that I had enough room to make mistakes. So I just went ahead and drew them out and then cut around them. This one I felt like it would just be fun to use the scraps. But I feel like because I'm 43 and I'm here on YouTube, I don't know, it's kind of it's an older age to be creating on YouTube. Not the oldest by any means, I'm not trying to say that, but a lot of creators are a little bit younger. So it feels to me like I need to say something about my age, but I keep trying to think of what it is that I need to say, and I can't think of anything, so I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. I guess the only thing that I can think of that I would like to share is that I'm really someone who feels grateful for every year. I'm not someone, I just feel so excited to be another year older. I know there's so many things that are celebrated in as a youth, as in your younger years, but I don't know, I just feel more myself, first of all. The older I get, I feel like I'm able to get more and more into who I am rather than who I feel like I should be. And I have a lot of I mean, there's always more work to be done there for me. So I'm not trying to say that I've got it all figured out, but I will say that I just feel grateful for every year. I just think so many people don't make it to this age, and so many people don't get to see their kids grow up. So many people, I don't know, it's just, I just feel really grateful for every year that I get. I'm actually curious what it is that you like to do to celebrate your birthday. Is there anything interesting and different that you enjoy doing, either on your own or with friends and family? Somehow I made a mistake here and it's not quite far enough across. I wanted it to just be a stripe. That was what I was going for, but it didn't work out. So now I'm doing a different idea. It's random. There. It's funny how for me, sometimes I come up with really interesting creative ideas just because I'm done with it. So after I'd done these three, I was like, yep, that's good. I'm ready to move on. And then I was like, okay, well, I've drawn all these triangles, so I may as well go ahead and fill them in. So I found some creative ways to fill them in a little bit more quickly. I think I'm just gonna add a little bit of color because it doesn't feel like a party to me unless there's a little bit of color. Well, there you have it, a silly little way to celebrate my birthday. Thanks for being here with me, and I hope you had fun too. See you tomorrow.